Hi everyone, so today I'll be talking about Spider-Man and his character arc. I'll warn you in advance right now that this video has spoilers, so if you have not seen Homecoming and are unfamiliar with the story, I'll tell you now to stop watching and go and see the movie first. So, moving on, I really like Spider-Man, apparently. I have not read any comics yet and I've only seen a few of the older movies, but when I saw Spider-Man Homecoming I realized that he is not only my favorite and most relatable superhero, but he's also a character I will always admire and learn from. The main thing I love about Spider-Man is his character arc. Most main characters have an arc, and they start here with a motive. Spider-Man's motive is to join the Avengers. He starts trying to fix and get involved with larger problems in an attempt to prove himself to Stark and the Avengers. As we move up, Peter is forced to deal with the consequences that result from his reckless attempts to get noticed. The bad guys he gets involved with now want to kill him. Stark, rather than seeing Peter as capable of handling bigger problems, sees him instead as irresponsible. So he takes his Spider-Man suit away. But Peter doesn't give up. Instead, he's willing to accept wrong. He decides to go back and risk his life without the suit and without Stark's backup. Now, this is my favorite part. Before, Peter was relying on the strength of others. He tells Stark that he is nothing without the suit. I believe this is because he's afraid to embrace who he could potentially be without it. Now the climax approaches and danger builds up and things get worse. But then we see Peter's character start to resolve. During a turning point in the movie, while he's fighting Vulture, he wants to give up. He just wants to lay there and die. But he begins to think differently. He starts to believe in himself. He finds his own strength and willpower to literally rise from the ashes and pursue his task. He tells himself he can be a hero and get things done, even without the suit. And he goes and does just that. At the end of the movie, Stark is so proud of Peter's accomplishments, so he asks him to join the Avengers, and Peter declines. At the beginning, Peter's dream was to join the Avengers. He was doing everything he could to prove himself to them. But he decides not to accept Tony Stark's offer and tells him instead that he simply wants to stay low to the ground. I think this is because he wanted to ensure that he had become a better person, that he had learned from his past mistakes. All he wanted was for Stark to deem him worthy again of being Spider-Man. He doesn't want any fame or glory. He had done this bigger thing and solved this bigger problem, not to prove himself to others, but to fix his problems and prove to himself that he could be a hero without the superpowers and his suit. Aside from that, I also love Peter's moral attributes. During the climax, he jumps into the fire without his suit to save his enemy's life. He's a good guy through and through, and I believe that we need to see more superheroes with the same virtue. So wrapping this up, that's why I admire Spider-Man and strive to have the same persevering characteristics. There's so much we can learn from simply analyzing a character and his or her arc. Thanks so much for watching.